going everyone? Welcome back to another Ethereum update, and if you've been following for the last few days, I was suggesting that this down over here on this candle would be a great entry point for DCA, whether it's DCAing on spot or leverage trading for a move back up into this red level of resistance. As we can see in the past, it was a level of support, so that is where it's going to struggle to reclaim. A test of that should make sense, and we've seen a move up into there very, very, very close. So if you wanted to front run that, you can of course do so. But I think that with the strategic reserve coming tomorrow on Bitcoin, I don't know what's going to happen with ETH, because I've definitely seen them backtracking, and maybe those other altcoins are not going to be part of the strategic reserve and maybe just the sovereign wealth fund, which makes total sense, because why would you want an infinite supply, a coin with infinite supply in a strategic reserve? It doesn't make sense. Where's the scarcity? And only Bitcoin really has that. You know, if Bitcoin were to add 1 million to the supply and turn it from 21 to 22 million coins, then it loses all trust. So that's the selling point, really. Also, I heard a news event that a lady tried to bring gold bars through the Dubai airport, and it of course got confiscated and she got jailed. Now, if she just had that in Bitcoin, she would have been totally fine going through the airport if it was on a hardware wallet or even on a mobile app, whatever it is. So this is another selling point for Bitcoin. But this is not a Bitcoin video. This is an Ethereum update. I just wanted to make you guys aware that the government is potentially backtracking from a strategic reserve for the alts into a sovereign wealth fund. And me personally, I think that makes more sense, because you can't really compare Bitcoin to the others mentioned. However, I think it's a bullish event anyways. If it's going to be included in a sovereign wealth fund, or if we do find out it's in a strategic reserve. But yeah, me personally, I don't get why something that has endless supply should be in a strategic reserve. But that's my opinion anyways. It doesn't matter what my opinion is. You care about the chart. And down over here, this was a great entry point, especially if we're going to get bullish news in the following days. So I have to update the video tomorrow and on Saturday as things develop. But yeah, my signal from down here has worked out. It's continued higher day by day since. So if you caught a 10x leverage, you could be up 30, 40, 50% already as since that entry. Now, what ETH must do to invalidate any further bearish scenario where this is eventually lost? Because at the moment, guys, even if we bounce, it's actually a bull trap, and it's attempting to lose this key level, which is a macro double top if lost. So this has to be the bottom. That's why it has to be the entry point. And of course, we've got that fundamental bullish event. Well, that's how we view it as, because if America is going to be buying it, then of course it's bullish. But they might just be revealing the framework, or so they might not necessarily be buying from tomorrow. So we could be buying the rumor and then selling the actual news because of the disappointment, potentially, that they're not actually going to be buying from tomorrow. Of course, if they're buying from tomorrow, then I think the market would pump, but I just don't believe it makes sense for them to buy from tomorrow. They need to really plan out how they're going to be accumulating, especially Bitcoin, if they don't want to pump the price. So all I need to see Ethereum doing going forward is recovering this 2.34k area, and then it will start a further move up. But unfortunately, guys, as these are two last highs, and we're still in downtrending structure with every high being lower than the last, then the trend, until seeing those characteristic changes, we shouldn't believe any different. So truly, we should not even break this high, 2.5k. We should just be running into the golden pocket, which we've actually done so. So I'm going to mark out this area for you guys, and you can see this is our current resistance that ETH must recover to initiate a move back up to this previous lower high, and it must take it out and form a local higher high. This will then initiate a move back up to the moving averages and the last high before this one. By clearing that, it's a great step in the right direction. We're consistently now putting in local higher highs and recovering the moving averages, but ultimately, until this head and shoulders neckline is recovered, then it's actually just going to roll over. With any pump, it will fail in the end. So look at this pump. No matter how large it is, pumping from 2.1 to 3k, still not good enough. Why? Because it's not recovering all the levels it needs to, the moving averages. And that's not just it. We had a higher low over here. We were holding it for continuation high, and once that's lost, you're changing the trend. That was my exit signal to all of you guys. But anyways, that is it from me today. I will update it as it develops. If we're never seeing a break through this 2.3k level, then it will actually attempt to lose this key level of support. But with a fundamental bullish event coming tomorrow, this has to hold. This has to be the bottom. It has to recover all of those levels. Otherwise, it will just eventually lose it. That is it from me today. Like, subscribe, comment, and share if you want to get educated. If you have any questions, if you want to learn about Bitcoin, use the links in the description. If you want to learn my strategy, check out all the options. Something that you can do more in your own time would be the ebook. If you have any questions or want some mentorship, I have group mentorship with the Discord community, but I've also got one-to-one private sessions as well. Use the links and I'll see you over there. Cheers.